So Shah, there's a lot of people at the moment who don't know about this new department that you're building for us.
Yes.
Or there are people who are confusing it to our traditional 80-20 split.
Yeah.
What's going on? Tell us about your plans.
So I have been tasked with building an off-plan squad, elite,
Good.
great, great brokers who are already active in the market, but are just not getting what they want at their existing brokerage.
Yeah.
So what we're offering 70% flat commission.
Which is different to the traditional.
Correct.
People know Phoenix as the guys where you have to pay towards your marketing, but you take 80%.
Yes.
And that's not what this
No.
new department is doing.
That's it, exactly. So it's not that. We are offering 70% flat. We will provide you with qualified leads, which is where we're sort of identifying most of the people who are moving over from the traditional brokerages, saying that that's where these brokerages are lacking.
All right, so if I'm an off-plan broker at the moment, okay, and I'm working for one of the larger companies, the chances are I'm probably on a on a burrowing 50-50 model.
Yeah, or even a 45-55. I mean,
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's stupid.
These guys have come over to Dubai to avoid tax, but they're letting their company keep 50% of their money.
Correct, yeah.
Brilliant.
And for no value.
Yeah. Okay, so you're a department, and obviously I'm privy to these conversations, but just for the sake of the audience out there, your department is a 70-30 split where the company is paying for the marketing.
Correct. Absolutely that. Bang on. So
that's a no-brainer. If I'm an off-plan broker in one of the other companies, this is a no-brainer.
Absolutely, because there are so many brokerages out there who will promise the earth and under-deliver.
Okay.
Or they'll cherry-pick the good leads and give them to their best-performing brokers.
Okay.
What we're doing here is we've got a level playing field for everybody who joins. You will get leads on a daily basis. Every one of my team is appreciating those leads because they're pre-qualified.
Love it.
You know, they're having conversations, meaningful conversations. And then from my side, what I'm trying to do is get, competitive advantage over every other brokerage in Dubai, whether that be through an exclusive floor, perhaps, which we've just agreed with a certain developer.
Yeah.
Launches next week. We have early information before anybody else in Dubai, which is unheard of.
And what kind of people? I mean, look, obviously I was involved in the formation of this. But it's very much, this is your baby. This is your thing. You're driving it forward. You are the captain of this ship. What kind of people do you want on your team?
So look, I'm not going to babysit. That's not what we do here. That's not the Phoenix model. We want experienced brokers who are billing.
And I think if you're offering 70%, sorry to cut you off, I think if you're offering 70%, you can cherry pick those experienced brokers.
Yeah, and it's cherry picking people who have potential and they're not utilizing or, they're not realizing that full potential that they have in the traditional model because they are just a number.
Yeah.
We're a small, elite, intimate squad of people who are, meeting every single day, only for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
I don't need you to be tied to a desk from 9 till 5 p.m.
Love that.
Couple of hours, we're going to have a brief chat where you are actually interacting with like-minded brokers who are experienced, who are billing, who know how to do the job, bouncing ideas off each other, which is invaluable.
I love that. So it really sort of complements the traditional Phoenix model.
Yes.
You're not, you're not tied to your desk. It's not a KPI-driven industry or department where we've got to make 100 cold calls before lunch. I presume you'll be targeting people more on their results rather than the number of hours that they are stuck behind a desk.
Absolutely. I mean, the number of people that I speak to who are in the office from 9 till 5 and not actually achieving the results because they're demotivated, they're not getting the level of support that they want.
Yeah.
We are offering training every single day if you want it.
Yeah.
Not mandatory where you have to spend 5, 6, 7, 8 hours in the office.
Yeah.
If you need a one-to-one session with me or with any of the other directors or any of the other brokers, you just need to reach out and we'll make it happen.
I love that. And I think, one of the misconceptions of Phoenix, and when we originally launched Phoenix, people said it won't work because the company's only keeping 20% of the money. Fast forward 3 years, we're here now. We've got a 50-man team. We're still not a big company. It's a 50-man team, but all elite, all experienced.
All billing.
All billing.
That's the difference. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
There's a lot of companies out there who, I can think of a couple of companies now who have got, let's say, 200 brokers. And they've also got 20 rock stars. They've got 20 really good brokers. But then they've got 180 junior to mid-level guys.
Which, I don't know if you realize, sorry to cut you off, is demoralizing.
100%. I don't want to be surrounded by junior brokers.
It's demoralizing for the people who are billing, but it's also demoralizing for the ones who aren't billing.
Yeah.
Because they're looking up and going, these guys are doing all the, are they getting preferential treatment? Are they getting this?
Yeah.
Are they the suspicions start arising. Whereas here, nobody has that. We've got such a synergy between the brokers.
Yeah.
Everybody is friendly with each other. There's no backstabbing or back-chatting or any of that, which is, we're adults.
Yeah, we're here to make money. We're cracking. We've got 50 people, and out of those 50, 48, 49 are making decent money.
Yeah.
We never get it right every time. Of course, sometimes we get it wrong, don't we? But I think, we're a great ratio. There's 48, 49 people making money out of 50. And that's what I love about the fact that you're building this new department, because your morals are, they're linked to what we're doing. We're all about quality and not quantity.
Yeah.
You've always been like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, 20 years in business, running my own businesses, I know how to look after people. And I'm not going to sit here and say, I know how to manage people. That's a different story. I know how to look after the people on my team.
You're a natural leader.
I try to think so.
You can pay me later. But your track record says, there's a lot of people out there at the moment who are reporting into a junior manager. And if I was one of those brokers, I'd leave.
Yeah.
They're reporting into some mid-level sales manager or off-plan manager who's never really achieved much. I don't mind saying on camera, we're a self-made millionaire. You're a super successful guy. And in terms of off-plan, you have smashed every record out of the water. You own multiple off-plan properties. You've owned, or you still own 3-4 villas up in Talan Al Gaf, which has always been a strong point of yourself. So, you're putting your money where your mouth is, and you're leading from the front. If I was an off-plan broker out there, I would want to be in your team.
Thank you.
100%.
We've got openings. You can come on board.
I'll send my CV in later. No, but I think it's interesting what we're building. I think it's great for the public out there to understand what we're building. And I think it's important that we've now cleared up those misconceptions of, I bumped into a friend of mine yesterday who said, I've heard that Phoenix is changing its model to a 70-30 split. So I think it's really important that we've then we've come on camera and we've cleared up those differences. The original Phoenix model still exists on 80-20.
Yes.
Your team is a standalone department. It's on a 70-30 split, but the broker doesn't pay for his marketing.
Yes.
It's quite simple when
Yeah, absolutely. There's two separate departments. One is the original Phoenix model, the 80-20, which is what I joined on and I'm still on. If I was to do a deal myself, then I would be on that model as an experienced broker. But for those who want to purely focus on off-plan and get the leads that we're generating, and quality leads, pre-qualified. I mean, I can't, reinforce that enough. Pre-qualified, where we are reaching out to them before, warming them up for whoever's going to call them afterwards. The clients are expecting these phone calls, so they're willing to talk to you.
Your experience with running the off-plan campaigns, I think, is absolutely vital, because I interviewed somebody on your behalf across the weekend who'd approached me, and he said, but my company generate more off-plan leads than anyone. And I said, good. I wasn't going to start arguing. I said, he probably does. He's part of a massive off-plan company with 100, 200 off-plan brokers. And I said, of course you generate more leads, but they're diluted over 200 brokers.
Yeah.
You've currently we've just started your division. You've got a 5-man team, and hopefully, we'll get that up to a 10-man team within the next month.
Yes.
That's the goal. And yes, we will attract less leads than one of the larger companies. But if I was a broker, I don't care how many leads are generated for the whole company. I care about how many leads I receive.
Absolutely.
So it's all about, you know, these guys are beating their chest saying, you know, I work for a company who generate more leads than anyone. I don't care. I care about how many leads I'm receiving and the guy next to me is receiving it, and how many qualified leads as well. Not, you know, I don't want a list of 100 taxi drivers who have inquired. No disrespect to the taxi drivers out there, but they're probably not going to be buying your off-plan property.
No, absolutely. And look, the quality of the lead is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Anybody can provide a list of names and telephone numbers. Makes no sense if they're not actually. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of my time. And let's be honest, the biggest or most valuable commodity we have in our lives is our time.
Yeah.
Right? So if you are having meaningful conversations, a competitive advantage over all the other brokers in Dubai, where you're talking to people who are genuinely interested, you will make moves within the industry and you will get the stock because you'll have the people who want to buy those properties.
I love that. And I think you just hit the nail on the head. Getting stock, let's call it as it is. If you're a developer, you'll pretty much work with most of the agencies out there. So as an off-plan broker, getting stock is not the difficult part.
No.
Getting stock is the easy part, okay, if you're an off-plan broker. So for me, if I was an off-plan broker, I'd be looking at my employer, my company, going, okay, getting the stock is easy. I can go and work for any of the companies and get the stock. I need the buyers.
Yes.
As an employee, I would expect from my company buyers every day. And that's where I'm letting you keep 50% of my money, Mr. Company owner. If you're keeping 50% of the money, I expect to walk in and have qualified, hot leads ready for me to deal with. If I've got to generate my own leads, why on earth am I letting the company keep 50% of my money?
100%. It doesn't make
It's
sense.
a rip-off.
It's a complete rip-off. They're adding zero value and they're giving you zero benefit to the 50% that they're cutting out of your paycheck. You know, and like I said, like we've had within the team at the moment, we've got somebody who came from one of the biggest high street agencies. 3 months with them, received 2 leads, but on a 50-50 model. One of which was a taxi driver. And look, like I said, no disrespect to that, but the best one in the world, they're not looking at buying a penthouse on the Palm, right? So, you know, whereas now he's been, you know, we've been going for almost 2 weeks now, and we have provided him with 13 leads, almost one a day, including weekends. Right? And he's talking to them, we're getting expressions of interest, we're doing viewings, we're having meetings. These are good quality leads. You know, you're not going to win them all. I'm not going to sit here and say to you that you're going to win every single one. But if you use the ratio that 1 in 100 is going to be good, we're dropping that down to 1 in 10.
Love that. And that's because you have done it yourself. You put your money where your mouth is. You've run campaigns yourself. You know which ones work and which ones don't work. You've got that secret sauce now, haven't you? You know what works. You've made a lot of money from doing it. You're now building a team. You want an elite. You have an elite hit squad. That guy that I met across the weekend for you, he said it so well. He said, all the other companies out there are trying to build an army, and Phoenix has built the SAS hit squad.
Absolutely that.
The elite squad. And I love that. And it's so accurate.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not here to build 100-man off-plan team.
Absolutely.
I want 10, 15, maximum 20. Do you know what I mean? Like where you are so focused on what you're trying to achieve. You've got control over the whole team in that they are all billing well. They're all getting on well. All you need is one bad apple in a pack and it ruins everything. Right? We're not looking for that. We're looking for everybody to get on. We're looking for everybody to bill. And let's be honest, if everybody's billing, everybody's happy. That's why we do what we do.
The environment that you're in is so important. When I walk into this office, I walk in and I hear very intelligent conversations with very intelligent people making a lot of money. That's a good environment to be in. I don't want to walk in and meet 10 brand new junior brokers who have just arrived from the UK, you know, they're scrapping around to make, you know, have they got enough money for their rent? That's not what we're about. You know,
demoralizing. It demoralizes it in the morning, you know? You sort of struggle with the rest of your day because that puts a worry in your head. Nobody here is having those conversations. People are talking about which holiday are we flying business or first? You know, those sorts of conversations, which is nice. It motivates you
Yeah. I've been involved in companies before where you walk in and the conversations are about the brunch at the weekend and who's got the cheapest hire car. And rent that, go downstairs to our basement. You've seen the cars, the fleet. It's a different vibe, but I think what you're building really complements the Phoenix way. Mm-hmm. It's quality, not quantity. It's a refined, intelligent approach. Rifle shooting rather than a scattergun approach.
Yeah.
And I think if I was an off-plan broker out there right now, getting whipped off on a 50/50 model, I would be banging on the door to come and work for you.
Come and see me. Yeah, absolutely. My door is always open for meaningful conversations from brokers who have had success and are fed up of giving away 50%.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've set the record straight.
Absolutely.
If you want any more information out there, come and speak to that man.